Hello everybody and welcome to the TARDIS Zone, welcome to the New Who Zone, and we've got the Impossible Astronaut. I was going to do 2 parts, but because, you know, there is a big football match on tonight, I decided, and anyway, in fairness, this 2-parter, again, first part's great, second part is not the best, I don't think, but we'll do the first part anyway. We'll have Classic Who tomorrow. Classic Who's tomorrow. So anybody that's wondering where Classic Who is, we're doing Classic Who. We're going to do Jon Pertwee because we've gotten to the stage now where we've done all of Hartnell's stories, or near enough all of them now at this stage. We've done all the Patrick Troughton stories that are available to us. Also, if people have been joining us, we have done some of his animations as well, actually. So we're not doing Troughton. So we're gonna continue with Pertwee, work our way up with Baker. I think we're nearly finished with Sylvester McCoy stories. So we're getting to the stage where the Classic Who watch-alongs are going to be mostly Tom Baker, Jon Pertwee, and obviously we still have a few Peter Davison stories to finish. But because, you know, there are so many missing episodes of obviously the second Doctor, we're not going to be able to do all those stories, unfortunately. So there might, I haven't decided yet, but it might go the way of that Classic Who might be every 2 weeks instead of every week. Because, as I said, we're running out of stories fast, and then we'd have to start again. And I don't think people would want me to start them all over again and start repeating episodes. We'd have to take a break for a while. But this way, if we do them every 2 weeks, you know, we could stretch it out a little bit more. So we'll still continue to do the New Who once a week, and then we'll do the classic every 2 weeks. Now, I haven't fully decided yet. We'll decide tomorrow when I do the classic story. What we'll do is while we're watching the New Who episode, I'll go through the Pertwee episodes again, and I'll pick the next story while we're doing this watch along. Right, well, I've got my copy of the watch along ready, the DVD, I should say. I don't even know what the crap. So if you could get it ready, I'm gonna send out, I know it's a different day, so I'm gonna send out my normal email to my guest that does join me, which is PD Rich. And then we do bring on other guests with us, because the New Who panels have been a bit, you know, people have been coming on to fill the spaces for me, which I appreciate. But we'll see if PD is on. So yeah, big game for everybody tonight in England. You know, obviously, no, I hope you lose. No offense. I want Italy to win. But if England win it, you know, fair play. But we won't hear the end of it. That's the only reason why I don't want England to win it. People say, but you follow an English team. Why maybe? Yeah, that's different. It's different than following the international team. But the thing about it is, yeah, I don't think we'd mind as much. You know, it's the fans. It's the fans. The fans. You make it so we want the team to lose. You just can't enjoy it. Already, by the way, there's reports of, I've seen it on Twitter, a very what you call a reliable account, that is the biggest Manchester United account out there, has already said that there's already trouble between Italian and English fans. Now, obviously, they're saying they're not really English fans or Italian fans, and I do kind of get that there will be people that will be over there just to start trouble. But this is why we don't like England winning anything, right? Fans acting disgracefully, and then the media just make it worse for everybody as well. Like, the hype up, you can't just enjoy it, right? So, like, the rest of Europe, whether you like it or not, are going to be supporting Italy, because we just don't, because it's just the attitude. So we'll see if it's coming home. But again, see, this will be the thing. I'll have a problem if they win. That song will be re-released. They'll all get OBEs and MBEs, as I said. They'll all be treated like superstars, and all they done was win a fucking competition, right? No other international team does that. Like when France won the World Cup, like all their players didn't receive, this, that, and the other and stuff, right? They just got on with it. Anyway, have a good one. Yeah, classic story tomorrow. I'll let you know, Jordan, the watch along. Jordan, this one. I'm gonna go through the Pertwee episodes now because I kind of have I kind of know the ones that we've done. So I'm gonna go through all these seasons while we're going on. Right, I better text hold on, or I better text someone. So the reason why I've started the watch along early tonight is because I know there is a big match on, and trust me, the audience is going to drop off, and there may be a chance as well, that I might be back tonight if anything happens. Of course, you remember this is the final, so if anything does happen tonight, i.e. and connected to Doctor Who, I'll be live again tonight. Remember that. If that does happen tonight, starting to have me doubts. But with Comic-Con coming up, anything is possible, folks. Anything is possible. We'll see. Very interesting night. Right, I've sent out a message to me panelist that normally joins me. So we'll give them 5 minutes, just to be fair. And then if they're not here in 5 minutes, we'll start. Right, they're responding, so that's good news. And I know it's on a different day, so if they say they can't turn up, it can do. Give me a minute. No problem. Right. I tell you what, we haven't had a few of yous on. We haven't had a few of yous on in a while either. It's been a bit of I'm still waiting. Obviously, Lee has been working on something for me. Still wait, because I know Friday nights some of yous missed the Friday nights that we used to do. As I said, I want to bring a new panelist on. Yeah, that very interesting. Paul's just had to ask me there, are we doing the Christmas Carol? Because officially that's the 4th episode. But I decided that we do the Christmas specials. See, I did have a grand plan last year, but it all fell apart because some people no longer wanted that and to do with the channel. But you remember we had planned to do the whole where some of us were going to feature Christmas specials on our channels, like every day, all day. We're going to be able to go to different people's channels that we all knew, including mine, to watch all the Christmas specials, I should say, but that didn't happen. So what I think, but we'll definitely do it this year. We'll definitely do it this year because I do want to do all of those Christmas specials. Do you know what I might actually do leading up to Christmas? I might do me top. How many Christmas specials is there now? You got the Christmas Invasion. You've got the Runaway Bride. You've got Voyage of the Damned, don't you? Then you see, this is where I get stuck now because you go to Stephen Moffat's episodes, right? How many is there? Can someone tell me how many Christmas special? I keep saying festive special. Get that out of my head. Christmas special. Can tell me, tell us, yeah. By the way, if anybody was wondering, my stomach was in a bit of a jock yesterday. Actually, me and Cheryl weren't the best yesterday. It's just one of those days. So I didn't even eat much last night, which is unusual for me because Cheryl will tell you lately I've been eating like a rubbish dump. But I couldn't even eat, man. It was that bad. 6, right? So I'll do me top. I'll do a countdown. So I'll do the worst one first that I think, and then lead up to me number 1 Christmas special. So that's what I'll do, right? We'll do a countdown of Noel's top 6. Well, there's only 6. I'll say the countdown to number 1 Christmas special or something like that. And I'll do them all. Right, what I'll do is if people want to join me for this now remember there is a match on tonight, so I want to get the watch along done straight away, right? So because nobody's going to be here and everybody's going to be watching the telly anyway to see if there's anything got to do with Doctor Who. So I'm going to be watching the match on BBC and keeping an eye. I'm also at half time. I might even record at half time just in case something does pop up. So yeah, I'll be keeping an eye. So yeah, so we'll get this watch along done. I think PD be with us in just a second. So what I'll do is for anybody else that wants to join, because I haven't had some of yous on in a while. It's been a while since some of yous have been on. If you want to come in, there's the link there. There's the link. You can come on. Remember, we're only doing the first episode this week. I know normally we do the 2 parts, but as I said, there is a big game on, and I can't ignore the fact that, because YouTube, listen, unless you're an American YouTuber or you live outside England, everybody that has a YouTube channel in Europe, trust me, their channels will be dead for the next couple of hours because, this is a big game. Everybody will be watching. Doesn't matter where you're from, I've seen some nice posts as well, from a few Welsh people and a few Scottish people wishing the English team the best of luck, and that is nice to see. But don't expect that from an Irishman. That's all I'll say. Never going to happen. No, I can't. By the way, there's 2 Irish traitors playing on the team anyway, so I just can't bring myself. Jack Grealish and Declan Rice should be playing for Ireland, not England. So I can't support them. That's my personal reason. If those 2 weren't in the team and you were playing for Ireland and you're playing other midfielders, I'd probably be a bit more inclined to get behind England because they have done well. But can't, not. And I know people will say, well, most of the Irish players during the 80s and the 90s had Irish grandmothers, but they were Brits. They played for Ireland. They decided to play for Ireland, right? Jack Grealish and Declan Rice played for Ireland in the youths setup. And then when it came to playing senior international football, they thought he'd have a better chance at playing for England. Now, it has turned out for them. It's worked out for them, but it could have backfired on them. And it nearly did on Jack Grealish. He didn't get picked at first. But that's why I won't support England. I can't. Harry Kane's coming to Manchester United, so I don't really care about that. we'll get him. If we don't get him this season, we'll get him next season. Roy, I'm gonna leave it there with the football because I know none of you like football really that support me. I know if Lee was here now, he'd be football. He'd probably still fucking watch the thing because they're in the final though. That's the thing though. Do you know what? That's what I love, right? You'll get you'll get people that like Lee that'll say, I'm not watching the match, right? But I'll watch it, right? And then they'll come out, right? Now Lee won't, because Lee's not a hypocrite. Lee will just say, well done, whatever, he'll leave it at that. But the rest of them will be like, oh yeah, I'm proud to be English. You've been literally shitting on the flag for the last fucking year and a half, you bleeding idiots. Get the fuck. Right. We're going to leave it at that. Right, let's bring on our guests. And I'll bring on, might as well call him my co-host, because he is a regular. He's the one that has, that when the whole thing went a bit wry with the new who, he stuck by it and he came on the panel when he could. He helps out Rabbi and he helps out Cockney Spock. And he helps us out here. It's the one and only PD Rich.
Hey, don't tell that to Cockney, I'll get jealous.
Oh, yeah, I seen the post earlier. All I'm just going to say, I'll just say this. Cockney is new at the game.
Yeah.
I can understand, because I seen your post to Daniel.
Yeah.
I can understand where he's coming from, but my advice would be, and we've spoken off stream, just like in general about, being a YouTuber. I think, look, it's happened to me loads of times, so I do know where he's coming from, but not everybody is like that. And I think, just relax a little bit.
Yeah, he needs to. Yeah, we're trying. It's getting there. He's getting there.
Yeah, you'll soon find out if there are people that are just using them and stuff. You'll find out very quick enough. Trust me. It's happened to me loads of times. Just Cheryl, as I said, she has a crystal ball.
Yeah.
She used to say it to me and never believe her. She'd always end up being right. So, look, he's got people like you around him, so you will know the signs straight away anyway. And, you will protect him. But look, at the end of the day, just chill. It'll all come together quite nicely. Yeah. And also, I'd say as well, if you're a new YouTuber, and I'm saying this to everybody that's a new YouTuber, don't think by getting involved in people's drama that's the best way to move your subscribers up. It's not. In the long run, it'll do more harm.
Yeah, definitely will. Definitely will.
So I would say keep out of the drama. Remember that, the reason why people like you is because you're unique. And if you end up being like every other channel out there that does chase the drama, then, people will see right through that now. And people are getting sick and tired of that. You've seen the recent, I've seen a lot of criticism towards the Fandom Menace lately from people.
Yeah.
So, you have to be careful. Just do what you're good at doing and stick to that. And trust me, you stick to that formula. I mean, it's worked so far, so why deviate from it?
Yeah.
So that's what my advice would be. Right, let's bring on the next couple of guests, because we have two more guests. It's the one and only. Well, we got royalty, and she'll be joining us tomorrow for Classic Who as well. It's the one and only Queen Charlotte.
Hello.
Nice to have you here, Your Royal Highness. How are you?
Good. I've just got to say, Netflix, do not mess up Witcher. That was a really good season 2 trailer. Do not mess this up. I'm really excited.
Actually, we still haven't watched the 4th season of Witcher. I think we put it on.
Have you played the video games?
Yes, I'm a massive fan of the video games.
Yeah,
I love this world.
Now, seriously, the video games I know about because I've played them. But, I wasn't hearing so many great things about the 4th series. And obviously it was coming from the Fandom Menace side. So I never bothered. I think we put it on, and I think Cheryl was sitting with me, but she was tired, and I was saying, "Come on, we'll just watch an episode anyway." And she was.
I would say give it a go, mate. I watched this first series. I was a massive fan of the game, so I would have been protective. I would have been somebody who would go, right, that's not right. And I watched the series, and I was like, this is just as good as the game, like when it came to the acting and the storytelling.
Yeah.
I think what happened was though when I think Cheryl started falling asleep and said, "Right."
Yeah, no, you have to pay attention.
Then what I did then was I put on FIFA because I was going through a FIFA phase like I've been going through recently, and I never bothered putting it back on again. But then I just kept hearing people complaining about it. And then I was hearing all this shit. Oh, Henry Cavill's not a star of his own show and all of this rubbish. So I will admit that did kind of taint me from going to check it out. But you see, that was then. Now I don't. As you have seen recently, I don't look. I make up my own mind now. I'm not listening to other people. Yeah, they have opinions. I know. After I've watched, I'll go watch the videos then and see if I agree. But I've noticed now lately in fandom, and it doesn't matter what fandom you're in, if someone does a video on a trailer and they say they don't like it, you'll see in the comment section straight away, well, I'm not going to watch it. And they haven't even seen the trailer. They will go on the word of the streamer that they're following. And I think that is absolutely wrong. It's wrong. I will always say to people, check it out for yourself. I have my opinions. It's the same with Doctor Who, right? I didn't like Series 11, 12, and I'm probably not going to like Series 13, but I'll give it a go, and we'll see. He might surprise me, right? But at the end of the day, right, that's my opinion.
Exactly.
Well, all I'm going to say is, if that trailer's anything to go by...
6:30.
Yeah, we'll be grand. We'll be grand. I have this time. Don't be worrying. Don't be worrying. It's grand. It's not coming home. As far as I'll tell you. Come on, Italy! Right, let's bring on the next guest. Because he's all the way from Scotland, and he is probably hoping for an Italian win. Or you never know. Might surprise us. Let's see what Super Doctor has to say.
Yeah, well, I think the SHIT is going to hit the fan if England doesn't win.
It'll be interesting, right? Because if England don't win, I can already see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? This is what's going to happen. Social media, right? What's going to happen is it'll be revealed in the next couple of days that the social media attacks by English fans on their black players, which we've seen recently in the Premier League. Now, for anybody denying racism in the Premier League,
well, there is.
I've seen it firsthand myself. I was watching a Manchester United match, and one of their players, a Manchester City fan, right in front of his face, did a monkey gesture at Fred. There is racism in football.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
In football, yes, there has, right? And it needs to be stamped out. Simple as that. But if England lose, that'll be the first thing that some of these scumbag fans will do. And not all English fans are like that, by the way. The majority of them are just there to see a match to be entertained and hope that their team win. There is a small minority, however, that are vile and pieces of crap. And you will see it if England lose. They will start racially abusing these poor footballers. Do you know that Marcus Rashford, that plays for Manchester United, was the most abused player on social media last year?
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Marcus Rashford. This is a kid, right, who's achieved more in his life than I ever will, right? And you have to give it to him, right? A young footballer, his mother struggled to bring him up. He became a footballer. He had talent, right? He's now using his fame, right, to fucking feed kids in England.
Oh.
Right? And this fella is one of the most abused people.
And he doesn't showboat about it as well. He just does it, and he's brilliant for it.
That's what I mean. It doesn't matter whether you're a Man United fan, Charlotte, or you're a Liverpool fan, or an Everton fan. You should be proud of what fucking Marcus Rashford is doing. He is putting food on people's kids' tables. He knows what it's like because his mother struggled to put food on the fucking table for him. But she worked tooth and nail to make sure that he was fed. Sometimes she didn't even feed her fucking self just to keep her fucking kid fed. And then he goes and uses his life experience and what his mother went through. And then when he became rich and could earn a few bucks and was fucking comfortable, he says, right, I'm going to start doing some good out there.
Good man.
And he did it. And he deserved his fucking... That's the... You see the way he got the thing from the Queen, right? That was deserved. That's
for
what
once, yes. She actually gave a... What was it? MBE to somebody who deserved it.
Right? He deserved that. He deserved it because he's genuinely making a fucking difference. And how dare they... Do you know what? That sickened me. He's a Manchester United player. I'm a Manchester United supporter. But not only that, he's a fine young lad. The way he comes across on screen as well. His mother, he's a credit to his mother. He's a credit. Do you know what? If you want to inspire to be a young footballer, kids, look no further than Marcus Rashford. That's who you aspire to be. Everybody, that's who you aspire to be. And Captain Tom Moore. They're the kinds of examples. They're the kinds of human beings you should look up to. And with that said, I'm going to shut up now because I am on a bit of a rant.
No. I've heard stories from Sky about Tottenham matches. Horrible stories. What the sound people have to do to cover up some certain chanting. Since there's a lot of racism and anti-Semitism in football.
There is, and it hasn't been addressed. It's been allowed because it's being called banter. It's not banter if people now. And listen, when it comes to racism, listen, I'll tell you this now, right? Cheryl will tell you this. I think Cheryl actually was sitting. She was either sitting here or she was in the room. I don't remember exactly, but she'll back me up on this. I was playing Fortnite couple of weeks back, right? And I'm in the game chat, right? And I have me headset on, but I have the volume, I have it off, right? The sound off. And next of all, someone comes into the chat. All right, using the N-word, right? You effing N-word. Answer me, you effing N-word, right? I fucking flipped the lid. Cheryl will tell you, I fucking turned on the sound. If I ever hear you say that again, I will. Oh, man, I flipped. I thought it was going to be reported, man. I absolutely flipped. I says, how fucking dare you? I says, no wonder the world is in the fucking state it's in because of people like you, you ignorant fuck. I swear I lost it. Lost it, man.
Don't blame you.
No.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Listen, people accuse me of all of this shit, but they don't know. No, it's bullshit anyway, what people say about me out there. All of this stuff does fucking roll me up like everybody else, except I could see the bullshit that people are trying to play with it instead of actually trying to sort out the fucking issue itself. And social media needs to step up.
They're dealing with the issue, not the problem.
That's it. Right, let's do this. Are we all ready for this watch along? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It is the Impossible Astronaut. As I said, we will do.
Oh, give me a sec. I'll change the disc. Sorry, we're doing Christmas Carol.
Right.
Bear with me.
So what we decided to do is around Christmas time because it was planned until people decided they didn't want that to do with me anymore. That we were going to do a multi-screening of Christmas specials.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And it never happened. So what I'll do is apparently there's 6 of them or something. I don't count the Jodie Whittaker ones. So what I'll do is I'll do my countdown to the best festive special in my opinion. So I'll start with the worst one that I think in my opinion. Actually, I can already tell you what my worst one is if you just want to know. Cheryl, what's the worst Christmas special I think? Watch this. No. There was one before that. That's second last. There was one before that. Yeah. No, but you were supposed to. Oh my God, she doesn't get what. Right, love. Which is my least favorite Christmas special, love?
Superhero one.
Yeah, besides Twice Upon a Time. Dr. Mysterio. You don't
Oh,
even
that's
Oh,
hilarious. That
yeah.
Doctor
I
Mysterio.
thought you were going to say the Widow, the Wardrobe,
Oh,
or whatever it was called.
No,
Yeah,
that's
it was
the fourth. That's
Bit
the
of a
fourth.
mess, but
No,
yeah.
no. Right, I'll tell you so. Right, I'll tell you me bottom six. Right, and that's all I'm giving you. Right, me bottom six start Doctor Mysterio. Right, second place twice upon a time, and then the other one, what Charlotte just mentioned there, the Widow and the Wardrobe. Crap.
Oh,
Right,
that's rubbish.
there you go. Right, so
I can't stand Last Christmas.
they're my bottom. They're the bottom. Oh no! Now, Last Christmas is interesting because it was a great concept, but
Very shoddy execution, yeah.
Yeah. And I wanted Shona to be a companion
Yeah.
because she was really good.
in fairness, though, I give it a pass because I know what he was trying to do there. He was just short on the execute, and he was just short by a little bit. He was just short by a little bit, but there is a scene in that kind of does ruin the whole, death of Danny, isn't it? Because he appears in that because Moffat didn't let anybody die. I think that's what everybody's criticism of. But I did like the fact that a dream inside of a dream inside of a dream inside of a dream, a bit like Inception, ripping off Inception. It was just. He was just off a little bit. He gets a pass with that one because I do like that one. I have a soft spot with that one. I don't like the wives, the husbands of River Song.
Oh, that was a rubbish one as well.
Special as well. So that'll be interesting. I think there's more than 6.
Yeah, good thing about that. It's
I think it could be about 7 or 8.
Yeah, that could be 8. So look, you already know me bottom 3 anyway. Right, let's get this watch along ready. PD, are you ready now?
Yep, ready now.
Right, is everybody in the chat ready? If you are, please press 1 and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as well. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. We will have lots coming over the summer. And it's raining here right now, which is lovely, and it's coming down really heavy.
It's coming down tomorrow over here, apparently.
And it's cool. It's cool as well, which I like. Because last night, oh shit, man. There's no oxygen. Man.
No. Muggy last night here as well.
Yeah, it's been muggy all week here.
Yeah.
I suppose it's 10 thundery, I suppose.
Yeah. It's getting that way.
I love a good thunder and lightning storm.
Oh, so do I.
Same here. Except Cheryl says that we don't get proper lightning here.
I was in Kos in 2019, and the lightning was horrendous. I was in this wee restaurant, and the lightning just... I don't know if it hit the roof of the restaurant, because it was like a loud bang, and the roads were all flooded and everything like that. And I was terrified.
I love the thunder and lightning. I always used to love it as a kid.
Yeah.
I don't mind it, but I'll tell you a little quick story before we start, and this is going to be real quick. So, during the summers before I got a proper full-time job, I was doing security, and I did security at Lansdowne Road, and Ireland had played that night. And we had to stay there overnight. And it was pitch dark, right? But we had to go around and rounds, actually. And the funny thing about it is that the night that we had to do the rounds, there was a thunder and lightning storm, right? We literally underneath the stadium, right? Now, if anybody has ever been underneath any stadium, the echo, right?
Oh yeah.
Weird noises. You should I swear. I think
stone.
Only time. Actually, no. There was another time where I felt uncomfortable, but that night I really felt uncomfortable. I actually thought we were being watched. I was even saying it to the other security guard. I actually had him paranoid. I said, I think we're being watched. I've had some interesting times as a security guard. It was in a haunted building as well, which is interesting. Yeah, but nothing had that. Well, I thought something was watching me, but nothing happened. But like I think if you let those things play, in
Yeah,
your
your mind plays tricks on you.
Yeah.
I just go in and did the work anyway.
At least when I was watching
And you
Education.
couldn't knock the lights on in this building because they were automatic, so you had to literally go around with a torch. But like you'd have to go through offices and 7 different floors. Like, and I had to walk up the whole building, into dark offices and stuff, and then at a certain time, early in the morning, I had to switch some switches on to put
Oh,
the
God.
all on. I go down into the basement, then go down. Oh, the canteen was the scariest place. I remember. No, seriously, one time walking in that
Wow. Yeah.
canteen, and I'm pretty sure I saw someone walking past one of the fridges one time. And I even told the story to one of the young, and I thought they were going to laugh, but they didn't. So something was, I don't know. I don't believe in it anyway, but there you go. But they're the 2 little weird experiences I had. Right, let's do it. Queen
Are
Charlotte,
you ready?
let's do the countdown. It's the final countdown. Right.
So, 5, 4, 3,
2,
2, 1, go.
Whoa. Oh, I forgot it starts like this, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
think this is
forgot
the
Moffat
funniest
liked
thing,
to
huh?
do this. He liked to have these sort of almost chuck the end of a story at the beginning of his.
That painting.
Do you notice how
I
the
d-
painting is how the red robe is a little bit out? It's not tight wrapped around him.
She's under.
He's
Under
the
her
dress.
skirt.
Yeah, under the dress.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Naked, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I don't mind when it was like this, but later on I think he got a bit silly with that with Matt's
Yeah.
doctor.
Yeah.
But to be fair, this whole idea of him wanting to get their attention, the doctor would do this.
It's a bit silly sending envelopes, TARDIS, blue envelopes to all his companions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he
I
likes
don't
the
really-
theatrics.
Yeah.
There's even a line about that in like when he does that really good line when they're in the TARDIS. He's a peacock, the doctor.
Yeah. Likes to mess around.
I don't know. I actually like the idea of the blue envelopes.
Yeah, I do.
Because only the doctor would send the blue envelope if you think about it, and they'd know it was him straight away.
And he always refers to the TARDIS with quite
See,
a fondness of a
yeah,
blue box.
There's something in this series that doesn't make sense, right? When we get to the episode where he marries River Song, right? And
Yeah.
he says to her, "Look into me eye," and it turns out to be the Tessellect, right? And he's inside it. In reality, when she kisses the doctor, right? That the Tessellect, she's kissing the Tessellect, so reality shouldn't be fixing itself because she's not really kissing the actual doctor.
Uh-huh.
But no, the first
Hey, it's a
4
stadium.
episodes of this is actually pretty impressive.
Oh.
It's when he gets to the second half of it, and then when it comes to the reveal in the 6th episode, that's when he loses. When we find out who River is.
Yeah, it's such a letdown.
Yeah.
I was quite shocked by the revelation that River Song was Melody Pond.
Do you know what they could have done? And I would have accepted it. They could have made River the new Susan.
Yeah.
That would have made absolutely more sense than what they actually did. Think about it.
Yeah.
It's Susan after he left her on Earth. Something happened along the way.
Or maybe Romana.
Regenerated.
Yeah.
Or maybe like a regeneration of Romana. That would have been a nice throwback.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is that they were going to get cast. They were going to get Kate Winslet to play River Song.
Wow.
See, I can't see her being River.
No, not really. If he's a bit too
I don't know.
famous.
He's a bit
He's in that
too.
Ricky Gervais show extras. I tell you, Kate Winslet can play whoever she fucking can. I think Cheryl would agree with me on that.
Yeah, but I don't think of
You
naughty when I think of Kate Winslet, and River has to have a bit of naughty sort
Yeah.
of
Oh
funk.
no! Trust me, Kate Winslet is naughty. Hold on, listen. Kate Winslet in extras. Yeah, do you remember her? Where she played the nun, right? Do you think she'd make? She was rumored to be River's song. What do you reckon? Could she do it? I said she could. See, she plays naughty in that she's a nun. She plays an actress that's playing a nun, but she's literally disgusting in the episode.
Yeah, but that's not. Yeah, but no, like sexy naughty, like temptress.
I don't think Kate Winslet's gotten the chance to play sexy naughty, but you're probably right. You're probably right. You know what? I'll give you that because like I haven't really seen Kate Winslet doing sexy. Well, actually, in Titanic, she was a bit sexy naughty.
Yeah.
Oh no, but no, she was like the innocent youth, sort of being tempted.
I think they made the big deal out of that when Jack was supposed to be drawing her on that kind of lounge, in one of the staterooms. They made a big song and dance about that because it was revealing.
Yeah, but she was just lying on a bed.
Yeah.
By the way,
it was.
did you notice about
Don't
this?
tell Pertwee that.
Yeah.
Something interesting about this series. So this is the first time I think they officially went to America, and this is when the show officially starts to lose ratings.
Yeah.
This is when it officially starts to lose its ratings now. Season 6.
Yeah, it's wishy-washy.
It went to America.
I think it was more though the plot though, just the intricate plots. I don't think it was so much going to America, because it's only really the first 2 episodes that's a thing in this series, and then you don't really see America again. And I think it works as a opening. Let's look somewhere a bit different than Cardiff and the same quarry again. It sort of makes it look different. I noticed that watching this. I was like, God, yeah, you can really tell this is a shot in a different location.
So here's where I'm confused now, where I've been confused about this episode. So this is the Tessellate Doctor right now, yes?
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Right.
Yes, this is a Tessellate Doctor, and he's going to be shot.
Yeah, because of what happens. Yeah, this is Tessellate.
Oh, that's a paradox, isn't it?
Yeah. And the thing is, who's in that spacesuit? I mean, it's just absolutely. The reveal was absolutely terrible.
I've just thought of another problem. How can a Tessellate regenerate?
Well, it was just given kind of, like a kind of little illusion.
But that looks like regeneration. So that was just the.
That was just the Tessellate, just a.
But wasn't River's device? She said he was halfway through his regeneration cycle. Her device said that. So has it tricked the device as well?
It's a paradox.
Well, it must have tricked the device.
Yeah.
In order to create a paradox.
You're going down the right path here, because this is the Tessellate Doctor, right? So he fakes regeneration here.
Yeah, I've never thought of that. He's faking. Yeah.
I think it is actually. I think it's the actual Doctor who gets, and then the Doctor fixes it. Creates a paradox.
See, again, it's another.
He keeps doing this. He did the Bill and Ted thing at the end of the last season, and now he's doing
the. This is the actual real Doctor.
Yeah, he's regenerating.
Which is right. Yeah. This is the Doctor, and then it causes a paradox, and then. No,
yeah.
See, man, Moffat. See,
he keeps playing Bill and Ted and cause and effect.
Now, here's the thing that pisses me off. Apparently, River knew exactly what was going on, but she doesn't look like she knows what's going on fucking here. But then she said, well, I have to try and make it convincing. Nah, this was Moffat still trying to fucking figure out what he was doing.
You see, she's supposed to have forgotten all about it because it was a paradox.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy, this story.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
just copying
That's what I mean.
season 3, isn't it?
The diary itself, because remember,
Yeah.
she handed her diary to Amy Pond at the wedding, and it was blank.
Yeah.
Do you remember someone left that? Rory says someone left that there for you, some woman, and then you
Yeah,
see
she
River
looked and it was blank.
walking past the window. None of this makes sense. I told you last week, man. None of this makes sense, man. Nothing of what Moffat does makes sense. It's all glitz and glamour. But then
That's all it is.
and Matt Smith was perfect for it. I just wish he had gave Matt Smith more sciencey stuff to do, because I think Matt had it in him. I think
he did, yeah.
He's probably up there, as we said. We've been watching him. He's up there with Tom Baker. He had, he's got a bit of Patrick Troughton in him, and he's put his own little spin on it, and he's brilliant.
Oh, the scene in the TARDIS in like a couple of minutes. He goes from wacky, like fun Matt to scary Matt, as I refer to it, and it's in like a dime. He just switches.
Yeah.
And his eyes and everything about him, he's dangerous then. So Matt could do both ends very easily of sort of the core bits of his Doctor.
Yeah. William Morgan Shepherd there, he played loads of bit parts in sci-fi shows like Star Trek, all sorts of things.
Well, I know the actor who's younger him, he was in Supernatural, so I knew him from Supernatural.
Guess what? He's also William Morgan Shepherd's son.
So they born him, right?
Yeah, and a
Mark
Viking
Shepherd, yeah.
funeral.
So now after this, they go back to the cafe, and then he reappears from a different timeline.
Yeah, because he says his age. Yeah. That's how they know he's
younger.
himself.
Yeah, because he's 900. What was he? 1,000 and something. This Doctor was, but then the other one's 906 or something.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know why they were all upset as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, River was so convincing in that performance.
Causality loop, this whole series is causality loop. Yeah, she's upset.
I think Stephen Moffat gets confused himself with what he's writing.
Yeah, he's not scientifically smart enough to pull it off, if you know what I mean.
Which is the frustrating thing with this series. I think if you would have had a proper arc around the silence, I think that would have been brilliant.
That's it.
Yeah.
The idea of the silence, I think, is one of Moffat's best ideas for a monster. And if he would have properly had those as the centerpiece of this series, and have them like the Doctor almost a cat and mouse game with them.
I agree.
Battling them, that would have worked.
This is the thing, though. This pissed me off at Moffat all the time, but I do like the ending of this two-parter where the silence are revealed to everybody and everybody can see the silence.
Yeah, it's a very clever way to solve it.
Like the Doctor gets the better of them. I thought that was brilliant, man.
They're clerics anyway. That's all they are.
It's just, I do agree. He could have done a lot more with them. This could have been a whole serious arc, a season arc. And people will argue it is, but it's not in reality.
It's not.
I want to know: is this a cafe? Is this cafe actually a TARDIS?
It is. It's the one that
they use it, and then the 12th Doctor walks in afterwards.
Yeah, I don't think it's open anymore now. I think they're pulling it down. I think there was something I read about them trying to save it or something.
Oh, I see.
Because if you look at the door, it's the same door that Clara walked through, and you saw it was the
That's
TARDIS.
it. Yeah.
And your mind just went, Moffat.
Yeah, I know it's a nice location, but
I love his entrance here.
It's a bit funny, that.
Especially the line when he goes, I was getting my special straw.
It adds more fizz. I love it. This is why he's so good.
We got this first season's version of the Doctor in the background.
And then she slaps him.
Yeah, so River's not hiding any emotion then. She's royally peed off. Especially the way she says.
Doesn't she? She gives him an old slap in the face.
A bit of a slap. There we go.
Oh.
Look at her. She's furious.
Yeah. It's a causality loop, you know. It's breaking a causality loop.
I also like the little like meta stuff of them working out the person the Doctor trusts the most is himself.
Oh, he's 909. I was 3 off. Damn, I hate when I get it wrong. He's 909, but I did say 906, so I was only 3 off.
No, because I think as well, like obviously Matt was settling in series 5, even though you didn't look. He looked effortless. He was settling. So in this series, I think he's now got that first series out. He's proved himself, so he's really now starting to flex.
Yeah.
I think if you look at his acting in this series, he's really I'm the Doctor now almost. I'm no longer in Tennant's shadow.
Yeah.
Could you imagine of him being written by RTD?
Oh, don't. Or like another series, maybe with Moffat getting his act together with him.
No, unknown. He said 909. Trust me, if he said 906, I'd be bragging because like I would have said I got it right, but I got it wrong. I was only 3 out there.
Yeah.
See, this always annoyed me, right? He knows there's something up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What annoyed you?
That he's just willing to go along with it.
Well, no, he goes along with it because of Amy.
Yeah.
Yes, it goes along with it because the
Light
only
on the
way he can
TARDIS
get
is,
out of it is use the Tesselector.
Yeah.
Well, no, but he goes in the trap because of Amy.
But it's a bit of a cop out for me because it was so complicated that when you got to that, when it came to that reveal, I was like, oh, for God's sake, that's crap. That's rubbish. But go on, Charlotte. Sorry, you were saying something there.
I was going to say he goes into this trap though because he says to Amy, "So you swear on something that you really care about, that I should be doing this."
Yeah.
Because River, he won't go when it's River telling him in 5 minutes time, and that's a really good scene actually because he gets really close to her and he's like, "Why would I trust you?" But you'll trust Amy.
That's all bumpy wumpy stuff.
He couldn't say timey-wimey again.
No.
See, but I don't mind when Matt does it though, because it suits his Doctor.
It really does.
Like, I mean, I just love his hands and the way he moves his head. But then when it comes to the serious stuff, as me and Charlotte keep saying on this, look into his eyes when he's doing the real serious stuff.
Yeah.
He sells it.
Look in a couple of minutes' time when he just switches. He's going to do it in like...
tell that this is a really good actor. He's really feeling the part.
He was good. Yeah, he was a brilliant actor, Matt Smith.
This is it now.
I mean,
I think he was a bit unappreciated, I think, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it now, watch. Watch his face.
Yeah.
He has the same range as Tom Hardy does.
Yeah, look at his face. Look at talking to River.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here's another thing that annoys me. When was Amy actually taken?
Yeah, that's never quite said either.
I know, he kind of dismissed it was probably taking some time when we were, but that's not good enough, Moffat. You know, he didn't even explain that either. That really annoyed me because he had something there.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at his face now. He's still got that edge of I'm not sure, but he's got a lot more open now, his face, because he's talking to Amy. That sort of bite and venom has gone.
But he will only trust Amy here.
Yeah.
That's the fascinating thing about this, because he did meet her as a little girl. He knows that she would never set him wrong. But look at his face. Look at the way he's looking at her. I'm in, and then he gives her the little kind of smile.
Amelia.
Yeah.
See, that's when he's being serious because
I love the way he says Amelia Pond.
Amelia, because he'll use Amelia when he's being serious with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, now the
love
hands
the
are
music.
back. Everything's now frantic, Matt, again.
Yeah.
By the way, I love the music in this. Murray Gold again.
Yeah.
In this
And it's
series.
different, which is nice. You can hear like the different strings, isn't it? He's using.
Yeah.
And here we go. Hello, Crowley. As I knew you.
As I said, his older version was actually his father.
Now we've got Orange Lucasade in the chat. I'm
Welcome,
partial.
Orange Lucasade.
I'm partial to the normal Lucasade, but welcome and thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it.
See, and I'm not going to lie, maybe because of what we've got now, there were a few lines that made me sort of cringe a bit in this. I don't know, because I've become a bit sensitive to it because of what the show's doing nowadays. But a few of the sort of jabs at Nixon and a bit of me was like,
Yeah. Compared to
You know
now, it's
what?
kind of tame.
The
it
comedy
is, but
in this is
it
great.
makes... Oh, yeah.
Like Nixon is not even trying to be funny in this, right? But it's so stupid. Even when Rory is saluting the soldiers, like the way he even salutes them, there is a lot of comedy in this. It is funny.
Yeah.
I love this scene though.
See all this comedy, all the funny scenes. This has been completely stripped out of Doctor Who in series 11 and 12 and the specials. Completely stripped.
Well, no, what happens is they're trying to replicate it and failing miserably.
Yeah.
They are so desperate to try. It's like with Joe, like, that's what I don't understand with Jodie's Doctor. Like, they try and make her funny, and I'm just like, stop. She can't do funny.
Yeah.
It's like an Afghan hound chasing its tail when she tries to do funny. It's like, oh.
Oh, this is where he ends up in the oven. Yeah, this is one
Yeah.
of my favorite scenes of this whole
And
episode.
the TARDIS is invisible. I mean, it's...
There was some good things in. See, again, Moffat, man, come on. I want you to explain where you went wrong. Come on, just come out and explain.
I think he was a bit of a meat cleave when he needed to be a scalpel, if you know what I mean.
I think he had too many people that weren't willing to call him out around him.
Yeah. I
George
think
Lucas
that's
syndrome,
one of the reasons why he left Twitter. You know, he had too much ideas and everybody was forcing ideas onto him and he just had enough.
I'm always Joe. Sorry, Super Doctor.
That's why you need a social media manager.
Moffat was listening to the fans' ideas and everything like that. He was reveling in it all and that, and it just get too.
He started pandering, didn't he?
Yeah.
Their faces down.
You know what's funny is that the Doctor's out of the TARDIS, right? But he thinks he's got to be invisible. He literally forgot that he wasn't invisible and he's just fucking standing there. But this is brilliant.
I mean, you can absolutely tell Matt Smith is the Doctor. There's no doubt about it. He is the Doctor throughout and throughout.
And he was such a unique version, I think, because even after him, we'll never get 11 again. We'll never get a Matt again.
Never get 10 or 11 again. No.
I mean, this could have been horribly wrong with Moffat just taking over from RTD. It could have been horrible. It could have been worse. But we're lucky we got the right cast.
Working, No, you don't. He's brilliant. I thought
nice
this
effect.
reveal was deadly down the middle.
That is a lovely effect.
Yeah.
And I like it when they actually do. I do like it when they actually play around with the TARDIS. It's not just here's the prop. It's sat there as a box. I like it when they do different things with it.
No, I love this. I've just walked into the highest security.
Getting a fez and a cup of coffee and a jammy Dodger.
I also like River's response when he's like, "You think you can just shoot me?" And she shouts, "They're Americans!"
Yeah, That's why he's brilliant. Oh. Oh.
Oh, Mrs. Robinson.
Oh,
If you didn't get the Mrs. Robinson gag, it was from the film The Graduate. It's a great film.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Dustin Hoffman, check it out.
And Simon Garfunkel done the Mrs. Robinson song.
Yeah.
I love when he asks us for the jammy Dodgers.
Hey, Gothic Therapy. Chat.
Very much a kind
And
of
a
Tom
fizz.
Baker moment.
Yeah.
12
His
jammy
smile.
Dodgers and a
His
fez.
smile when he goes, "And affairs."
And a fez.
I really love these kind of moments. It just kind of echoes Tom Baker. You know, like you're in a bad situation. He just takes the PISS. You know?
Yeah, it reminds me of when to me it reminds me more of Pertwee's Doctor, where Pertwee was stranded on Earth and he was helping Unit and stuff. This kind of has that kind of gist to it, but like this is a great idea. The silence, I thought,
It really is.
but poorly executed as usual.
I would even argue that the silence is almost as good as the angels in concept.
Yeah. See, that was what was good about Moffat. It could bring up concepts like that and create concepts like the silence and the weeping angels and that.
It's it's about executing them, wasn't
an empty child. Great episodes.
I do love the bathroom scene in here. I have to be honest with Amy and the silence, and your woman keeps forgetting it. Is there some sort of mask? The American accent is crap now, I have to say, but not mine.
Yeah.
Your woman.
And also the little Star Trek nods.
Yeah.
He did.
Star Trek nod coming up. Yeah.
Moffat does a lot of nods to a lot of people in this series. You'll see it. Like that is that, but in fairness, in suits though.
No, but I think they were playing on the whole Roswell, America.
Yeah. Men in Black. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What is that? Is that a mask? Now hold on. Why would someone, right? This is the thing that's always pissed me off about this game. Why would someone, right, be in the White House in a bathroom in a fucking costume, woman?
Yeah.
I'm guessing it was just a mate who she knew who was like a massive sci-fi geek.
I mean, I always found that a bit. Seriously.
Yeah.
So this is why they work though. This whole the weirdness of I know the actors do it brilliantly, whether it's Amy, Rory, River, or this woman. They're petrified, and then they look away, and suddenly they're normal. It's such a
but
really striking thing.
Their emotions are still. Their body is still chemically afraid because. You can see it because she's still rubbing her eyes or whatever. They can still, they know, you know what I mean? They know that something's happened, but they just don't know. See, Amy was always smart. Take out the phone, take a photograph. We've got a couple of new people in the chat, it looks like. The Black Guardian is also in the chat.
Oh no. Amelia.
And what he mustn't know. For no. Tell him. Then she forgets, but watch her face. See? And then
it's like the imprint of seeing it is still there. It's just
but she's just got her memory is just being wiped out, but she still has all the emotion that comes with it still. Kid.
Because Moffat had launched prequels to this episode beforehand.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the pond life stuff.
Yeah, he did that as well, and he did the prequels to this.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I keep saying we should, but the problem with watching the prequels is that it'd be very hard for everybody to sync it up at the same time, wouldn't it? So
Yeah.
And also the social
Especially
medias.
because you can watch them on YouTube, I know that, but I know in some of the box sets you mightn't have those, you know. Because I remember we got the steel bookcase version of this season, and when I had it at the time, and it had all of those little prequels or whatever you want to call them, little webisodes as I used to call them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was going to say the problem is now if you tried it now, the social media is dead for this show interaction.
Yeah.
It's just like on live support. So if you put them on the YouTube channel or anything, there wouldn't be enough people to care to watch them.
The Black Guardian says, still not achieved my mission to destroy the Doctor. Turlo was a nitwit, and I do love vampires, but I still would kill this incarnation of the Doctor, says the Black Guardian.
You'd kill every incarnation of the Doctor.
Well, in fairness, at least you think bow ties are cool. And, you know, we let you away with it. Because you think bow ties are cool. Because I think bow ties are cool too. I think everybody should wear a bow tie. No, I mean every man should wear a bow tie.
No, I'd use a cosplay.
Or something like that.
Cosplay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. But I'm saying if you, in everyday life, you know, men should wear bow ties.
Oh, I love this. That the Doctor's like to Rory, you can handle the freaking out.
Yeah. Well, he is the last one in the TARDIS, so that's the rule.
Yeah.
And I know the actor's a massive Who fan who's Canton, so I think that helps when they are fans. They can play that sort of amazement a lot easier.
I loved him. And I think he deserved a bigger role in this series, to be quite honest with you. The Doctor could have brought him.
Yeah, that could have worked. Actually.
It would have worked.
You see, I don't think the Doctor should just be confined to just one or two companions throughout the whole serial. He could just leave the other companions aside and then go and travel with another companion.
Yeah.
Well, they want to think of something pretty fast because, you know, there may not be a future.
Yeah, things are going. I don't think the BBC's got a future, to tell you the truth.
I have to say, I have, as you know, I'm fascinated with the moon, fascinated with NASA and stuff. So I was really looking forward to this two-parter. And as I said, the first episode, as you can see, it is quite interesting. There's a lot going on, but you know, it's moving at a pace. It's good. You
It's
know,
good setup.
yeah. It's just when he gets to the second episode, as I said, of all of Moffat's two-parters, when he does them, when he's the writer, he just seems to fail when it comes to the. But this one is he's nearly there with this episode, this two-part. There was just one or two things in it where he goes a bit crazy.
Well, there's one thing that Moffat didn't do to River Song. He took away a regeneration cycle, but the one thing he didn't do is change the gender of River Song.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been totally controversial.
He would have been absolutely crucified.
I mean, they've got Jenny. You might as well say River Song is kind of, because she does have regeneration energy, let's be honest. So, you know, is she a Time Lord? That'll be a debate to be had. Maybe
she's as good as one.
But
she's basically a Time Lord.
Yeah, but they do have two strong female. They had two strong female Time Lords, if we want to call them that, in River and in Jenny, that could have had their own spin-off shows. But he didn't capitalize on it. I mean, Alex Kingston still loves the role. I told you to check out that Penguin Books video that she did recently. She gets very emotional. She loves playing River Song, even if we personally think that our story is being done to death on the main show. She still loves that. Why didn't they give her spin-off? You know, Alex Kingston, she's a star name anyway. She was in ER for years. You know, they bring her in, looking to get her in Doctor Who. Should have capitalized on her popularity.
Yeah.
You could have told more of those stories that were in between when she wasn't with the Doctor.
Yeah, and maybe she suddenly disappears, doesn't she?
Maybe they are doing that on Big Finish. But why?
No, they've been doing that for years.
But why do it on Big Finish when you could do it on the big screen? I just don't get it. They could have capitalized on the Jenny Adventures. They could have capitalized on a River Song sort of thing, but they chose not to do it.
Yeah.
It was RTD that didn't want to do the Jenny, the Doctor's daughter.
And I kind of get it at the time because he was doing Torchwood as well. But I mean, come on. They were able to do the Sarah Jane Adventures, and rightly so. You know, Liz Sladen deserved that. And she deserved her own show, and I was glad that she got her own show. But they could have capitalized on the other women that were in that show, and they didn't. And now we've been made pay for it because they overcompensated, brought in a woman that can't act.
Yeah.
Well, can't act sci-fi. I'm not going to discredit her acting. She's good in what she does. She's just not good in Doctor Who.
Because I think Jenny would have worked if, like, let's say Capaldi, for his first season, had Jenny as the companion.
Yeah, she could be looking for her dad. She could be looking for the Doctor. That's her adventure. She's gone through space, hoping, because she can't go through time, remember, because she doesn't have a vortex manipulator, or the ship can't travel through time.
Yeah.
But she could be going, heading towards Earth, have adventures on Earth, you know, fight aliens, a bit like what Torchwood done, right? She could be off on another part of the world fighting aliens, and then eventually you know, what they could have done if they had really used their head back in the day, they could have incorporated Torchwood like they did with Doctor Who, but they could have also done it with the Jenny Adventures and had one big feckin' crossover for the last two episodes like they did with Torchwood and Doctor Who.
Yeah.
The Jenny Adventures in there, and the Sarah Jane. Jane was in there. Sorry, she was the Sarah Jane Adventure, so it was a crossover. But they could have had Jenny as well. Could you have imagined?
Yeah.
But no, I was just thinking, I really thinking about Capaldi's first arc of Am I a Good Man?
Yeah.
I really think Jenny would have fitted nice as a companion for him.
Yeah.
To sort of, because she would be a bit nervous. Think about it. He would have looked so different to Tennant. Suddenly her father, who she didn't even know well to begin with, is now an old man. He's having a crisis of confidence. She could help him through that, and it could help her relearn almost her dad. And it would have been a really nice father-daughter sort of, because you've not had that as a doctor-companion relationship yet as well. And I do think Nuhu, for a good amount of years, has been stuck in what companions they pick because they're becoming all the same.
Yeah.
So it would have been a nice change to the status quo. And like near the end, have Bill, because I love him and Bill, but I think maybe instead of Clara, Jenny would have been a nice companion.
Yeah.
Because I think they overdone Clara and complete change in attitude of Clara when the Doctor regenerated.
Listen, we've all said it, right? Moffat's biggest mistake with Clara was he didn't use Victorian Clara.
Yeah.
He should have used Victorian Clara. It would have worked a fucking treat, but he decided not to. That was his biggest flaw there with Jenna Coleman. She's a terrific actress. You know, and at the start she didn't annoy me. I actually like Clara at the start.
Yeah.
I think great, she's mysterious. Yeah. You know, who is this girl? And I know he did try to tell a story, right? But I don't think as a classic fan that I feel comfortable with her being part of the Doctor's timeline. And her now, the suggestion that it was her that told William Hartnell's Doctor to pick that TARDIS rather than the TARDIS picked the Doctor, like we'd always known. It was like they picked each other, you know? So that's where I didn't. And by the way, there's the fucking same machine that was in
the Lodger.
Yeah, the Lodger. By the way.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
That's why I was annoyed about seeing this TARDIS again and the explanation at the end. I mean, it's just completely garbage.
See, that's what I just don't get. Like, he seeded them brilliantly in Series 5. He had all these little hints and all these little Easter eggs.
Yeah.
And then they were like a 2-episode villain. And it was just like, why did you bother mentioning them quite a few times? Because we were watching Series 5, I forgot how many times the Silents were mentioned. And here's the thing.
Sorry, Charlotte. Is your man that playing Canton because you watch Big Finish or you listen to Big Finish, Charlotte? Does he have his own adventures on Big Finish?
What, Canton? No, not to my knowledge.
All right. That's a pity because... Yeah, go on. Finish your point. I just want... Because I've always liked this actor. He's the one...
Oh, he's a lovely actor. He's a cracking actor.
Yeah, he's the one part of this season
Shepherd.
for me, or these 2-part episodes, that was the highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, like, because you got to remember, the Silence literally took control of the TARDIS in the season finale.
She must have been taken now because she's
she must have.
So she was taken shortly before this. So where was she taken? She was taken on the beach. So where the feck was she taken from? See, Moffat again. Why don't you explain these things?
Plus, this is a really good creepy setting.
I did like this cliffhanger, though, I will admit. This cliffhanger did actually, like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Because the Doctor here, where he screams at Amy, no! And then, she shoots the gun. This was very dramatic, actually.
I thought it was good when I saw it the first time.
Oh yeah, it's a Battlestar, that's right. But his father, William Morgenshep, has been in a lot of sci-fi as well.
Oh, what a cliffhanger to leave it on. So, will this space astronaut girly thingy wingy survive? Tune in next week to find out, or Sunday, if I get things back to normal. But, that's it. There was a deleted scene shown in Series 6 trailer where Moffat thought it would be a good idea to have River naked in a children's show, though he also had 11 naked twice.
I was going to say Matt has been naked quite a few times coming up. So why is it okay for him but not? Unless it was really not in good taste with River.
Yeah,
it's not as bad as I can imagine it would have been
no,
all those years ago.
it's still, because look, at the first part is solid, right?
Yeah.
Watch when we watch the second part, folks, right? In fairness, it gets a bit.
Yeah.
Now, you can see in the second part, he's tried to set up a lot going forward. And this is what he does, right? He'll give you a little thread and it'll go nowhere for a while. Then he'll bring it back up again, but then you'll be like, but how does that make sense when you've done this then? And you know what I mean? Starts getting, he has this thing about paradoxes. He just loves these own paradoxes. And listen, I think I'm a pretty smart guy, like a lot of you out there as well. I think we're pretty smart because, Doctor Who fans, we do have to think a little bit watching the show. It's not all just running down corridors and nonsense. There is serious element to it, and I think we're all pretty smart enough. But Moffat was a head wrecker.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'll start off the rating for this. For me, as I said, this was a solid first episode of his second season for Moffat. We don't count the Christmas special because that was his first Christmas special, but we'll count on his second season. So I'm going to give this episode an 8.5 out of 10 because I remember at the time I think I did give it a 9. It's not it's still good, but it's still I can see what's coming. So maybe I am being a bit, but it's 8.5 for me for this one. So that's where I stand with that. So we'll go with Charlotte next. Charlotte.
Yeah, I'm probably going to surprise you. I'm going to give it a 7.
Right.
Because I love, like I said, I think Matt is really flexing now. You can see he's comfortable in the role. He's really shown his skill. Amy and Rory as well. It's nice to see that they're now married and they're acting like a married couple. So they definitely have changed from series 5. So it's nice to see that progression. But I think that was my problem with it. It was too much setup at times for me. It felt a little bit too like, right, this is going to be placed here for later. This is going to be placed here for later. And it just, like I said, maybe I've never been a massive mystery person in Who. That's not what gets me interested. Like when you guys are like, oh, have you ever had a theory or thought? I don't tend to do that with this show. I tend to just like to watch it and see what happens. So maybe because it is basically a massive mystery, it's not grabbing me yet. But like I said, I do really like the silence. So it's 7. So I like it, but it's not like blast my socks off. Yeah.
Fantastic. I think that's fair. And you are a huge Matt Smith fan, so like, I mean, it's elite. You're being honest about the story, and you're not just, giving it because you like Matt. I like your honesty. You really do. If you think an episode's not quite up to scratch, you'll say it, and that's what we like about having you on. So yes, I think that's a fair score. Especially from yourself, who is a Matt Smith fan. But it's solid enough. As I said, it's a solid story. It's the next one where it kind of gets a bit ridiculous. Super Doctor. And if everybody else in the chat, the Black Guardian gave it a 7.9 for the bow tie. And Disaster Area gives it an 8. So if anybody else would like to give their rating in the chat, please do before we head off. We're going to get the 2 other guys' opinion. And then we're going to do the channel shout outs and we will leave it there. And of course, as I said, though, if anything does happen in between the match, we'll let you know. We'll obviously go live and we'll explain what happened.
I would give it an 8.
Right.
It starts off as a good episode, but it's the second part that it really kind of falls apart at the seams. I mean, you've got the Impossible Astronaut, you've got River Song back, and you've got Amy and Rory, and it's the fact that how did Amy and Rory manage to get on a flight to come over to America? You don't see that. I mean, it's just all kind of crammed all in. All the scenes are kind of crammed in. That's the problem with it. Right, I have to go.
Okay, see you, Super Doctor.
See ya.
His phone is ringing. He might come back. Oh no, he's gone. He's actually gone. There you go. But thanks for that, Super Doctor. We'll see you tomorrow for Classic. That was quick. PD.
Yeah, it was a good enough episode. It was nice seeing William Morgan Shepherd and Mark Shepherd, his son. I love William Morgan Shepherd. There's been so many sci-fi shows, and Mark Shepherd as well, who was in Battlestar Galactica as the Zata area, said in the chat. It was good to see them, but yeah, I give that a solid 8 for the simple reason it was a bit cause and effect. It was like it was too sci-fi tropey. I mean, that's Moffat's biggest problem. It's like he just takes little elements from other sci-fi shows. Oh, let's try that in Doctor Who. Oh, let's try that. Oh, it's all about time. It's all about time, and it just messes it all up.
I will give him one thing though. When he gets it right.
Oh, it's amazing.
When he got it right though, he got it so right. When he got it wrong though, that was the thing with Moffat. He got it spectacularly wrong. Listen, people say I hammered Chibnall. Yeah. But at the time, I remember I was going down hard on Stephen Moffat with
I was going down hard on Davis as well.
With some of the stuff that he was doing, I didn't like it. Even Davis to a certain extent, not as much now. I will, but there were.
It's JNT back when I was younger.
Because you're very protective of this character. You like to see a character done a certain way, and then when they start changing the fundamental things that make this character who this character is. Fans are always going to question things. And under Moffat, he did a lot of things that were questioned by fans. Obviously, it's worse now because nobody thought it'd get as bad. You know what? Look, as I said, last week reminded me why I thought Stephen Moffat was horrible.
And he needed to go. That was a feeling in the fandom. It's your time to go, mate, when he announced it.
Yeah. But I will say this, we've gotten past his 4th season, and I was by the end of the last 2 episodes. Yes, I was pissed off, but overall, it was a good solid start, just ruined by the end. This season, good solid start yet again, but he just loses the plot halfway through. He just loses it completely, and it goes downhill from here. I mean, after this episode, the next part, we've got the pirate one, I think.
Yeah,
a ridiculous episode.
No, it's ridiculous how they're supposed to be in a sub-universe, but they still come back into the main universe. It's like, how did they get into the main universe again?
See, I always forget about that episode even existing.
Yeah. Very forgettable, isn't it?
The only thing that I do like in that episode is Amy Pond, because she's dressed as a pirate and she starts to try to do some pirate stuff, and she's brilliant. I like Amy in this episode, but other than that, it's a crap episode. This season is where Stephen Moffat drags Doctor Who down, unfortunately, and he never recovers from that until his last season. And his last season with Peter Capaldi. Now, season 10 gets hammered, right? When we get to season 10, I am going to be such a defender of this, right? You aren't going to believe it. You are probably going to accuse me of being woke and shit. Don't care, right? I know Pearl Mackie's character was telling us every 5 minutes, but forget about all of that, right? Just forget about that crap, right? And just look at the stories themselves. The stories themselves, right? It's some of Moffat's best writing. He actually simplified it. Why he didn't do that in the first place with Matt Smith it baffles me. Because when he did simplify it with Peter Capaldi's last season, Peter Capaldi, I know we say Heaven Sent his best performance, but Series 10, in my opinion, is Peter's best performance as the Doctor in a whole series.
Because they got the balance right.
Got the balance right, exactly. Because in Series 8, they got the balance wrong. Was it Series 8? Yeah,
Series 8.
They got the balance wrong. They made him too dark. In Series 9, he overcompensated and made him a bit of a joke. But in Series 10, he got the balance right. The Professor, and I think Nardole was a great addition to the companion. And Pearl Mackie, do you know what? I say it now, and I'll say it. I said it at the time, and I'll say it again. She was hard done by.
Yeah,
very hard done by. She deserved the second season. She deserved the second season. She is a great actress, and such a pity that TARDIS team didn't last for another season because the three of them, the balance was just perfect. Moffat
got it just right in the end, yeah.
He actually got it right at the end. And by the way, some of the politics that he did put in were forced upon him, right?
Yeah.
But in Series 10, I think you can actually see he put his foot down in some instance in this one, because there's not as much. Yes, Pearl Mackie is the one that's telling us everything. But other than that, check it out, he punched the racist out. But in all fairness, was anybody really giving out about that when he punched the racist? Did everybody want to punch the racist as well? Because I certainly did.
Yeah,
so
but I can remember at the time, I was like, yeah, the Doctor would do that. And maybe I'll change my opinion when we get round to it again. But I can remember it feeling a little bit forced at the time to me.
That's what I'm saying. Some of the things were forced in it, but if you overlook them and actually look at the stories that Moffat was actually and his team were trying to tell in Series 10, it's his best season. It's his best season of writing. It definitely is.
It was getting better with season 9 as well.
You know, and season 9 had some great writing as well. Listen, last 2 seasons, Moffat can hold his head to a certain extent up high. But the thing that annoyed me was the whole Clara thing, and I still haven't forgiven
Season 8 with Clara,
you can't insert someone else into the Doctor's timeline and think that it's okay for people. Like, that's all as far as he went, right? Because he knew not to go any further, right? But even then, that was bad. Nobody thought that anybody could do any worse or dare to go any further than Moffat did. But Chris Chibnall certainly has. Well, listen,
it's gone too far.
I might change my opinion about this season. I don't like this season. I've made that very clear to you. I've always said the first episode, the Impossible Astronaut, is a good story. The second one, he kind of loses a little bit, but it's still not a bad story. It's not a bad story. It's just there's certain things in it that are just ridiculous, right? Where Nixon's just appeared at NASA and everything with the Doctor and Rory and stuff like that. That's stupid shit. That's what annoyed me. But it is funny at the same time. Like, there is the comedic element in it. But I don't think that was done on purpose. I think that was done. I think it turned out that way because it was so fucking stupid. But look, we've got it next week. But tomorrow we've got Pertwee now, right? So I'll let you know now before we go what we'll do. So I'll pick a goodie because you know, even though this was a goodie, I want to pick a goodie.
Hi, Lee.
Yeah, hi, Lee.
Popped in the
kind of agree and disagree. I thought the first half series was all right. The second half series is kind of a bit funny.
The first half is decent enough. It's just when it gets to the
And also, you've got to remember, he was running Sherlock, I'm pretty sure, by this point, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was doing too much.
Yeah, because what starts to happen is, as well, you'll see a few little things from Sherlock bleed into Doctor Who.
Yeah, the Doctor's personality
bleed into Sherlock, because he start doing all of this Mind Palace shit with Sherlock then. That's when all that Mind Palace rubbish started.
Thing, though. I was going to say, that's from the actual books, isn't it?
What?
Wasn't there? I'm sure Sherlock had a Mind Palace in the book.
I know it is, but the way it's the way it was executed by Moffat.
What it is.
Yeah, I know, but it was the way it was executed. Are you listening, woman?
I am, but I'm telling you, like,
Royce, I don't care.
Was executing it the same way.
Great. I didn't like it being shown then. There
Okay,
you go.
Let's say that.
Sorry.
Words matter. Besides, we all know Lee couldn't join everyone today because he is psyched up for the football match tonight. That has been his all-encompassing thought pattern. Is Lee is so psyched for the footy tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, Shal, I'm going to get my dad in a bit. You coming down to watch it? Yeah. I'll get told off if I don't go down to watch it.
Well, you'll want to go down and watch it because, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to run to the shop and get something.
Like, I'm going to tell you now, we're not getting anything Doctor Who during this final. I'll be very surprised if we get any trail or anything.
I'm inclined to agree with you. I'm inclined because Remember,
they would have given a hint. They would have said like, "Oh, maybe watch the match or something." They would have said something. Nothing.
Good boy, good boy.
yeah, but remember, the match kicks off at 8, right? BBC could make an announcement in the next half hour.
Yeah.
They could. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I've been feeling all week that they've not hyped anything all week, and I'm like, if you're doing a trailer drop, surely
Yeah.
you would have done a bit of something.
But again, it's Chibnall, so he doesn't like
It
to
makes more
advertise
sense
anything.
for Comic-Con. It makes more sense for Comic-Con to drop the trailer.
It would. I agree with you, but
With them all being there in this panel, it makes sense to be a stinger.
logically, it makes sense. But you think that BBC would capitalize on the big audience that they're gonna have tonight? You know.
Yeah, but that in order to think that way, you've got to think: do the BBC care enough about the show at this current moment to want to give it a slot on the Euro final?
No.
Probably not.
Whereas Comic-Con, it's already an inbuilt audience. All the people who are going to watch Series 13 are going to be watching that panel, so it makes sense there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be left with Comic-Con. He always leaves everything to Comic-Con.
And they'll have like the whole panel, they won't talk about it, and I've got a feeling the last like 2 minutes they'll go like, "Oh, and we've got something for you," and it'll be like a 30-second teaser.
Right.
But if there is a trailer, I stand corrected next week, okay?
Yeah, same here. I'll happily be stand corrected, but my gut right now is that we're not going to get anything.
Yeah.
Right, hold on, because my phone has decided that it's going to act the bollocks now.
Orange just to look so different.
Because I know also all the people getting excited about this special guest. Have they forgotten how bad Chibnall and this team are when it comes to hype or anything?
I'm playing a major character in season 13.
It's not going to be like anybody of real excitement. It probably is going to be Sasha.
It could be that person that Abigail Thorne, who put up a post a few months back where she said that she landed a major role in a major show. She's probably the guest.
Yeah, I'm playing the new master. And,
hold on, remember, there's rumors that more of these incarnations of the Doctor are gonna pop up. So maybe Abigail Thorne is playing a version of the Doctor, like the future.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, I know it's a pre-record. That's my point. They'll do the pre-record, and then at the end, the end of the pre-record will probably be the teaser.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
I think you probably sussed it, Charlotte.
I really think they'll do like, oh, we're not going to talk about a trailer. We're going to Chibnall thinks he's going to be clever, and in the last 20 seconds.
Yep. That sounds exactly like his MO.
It really does.
It is his MO. Really is.
Remember the New York Comic Con when we all watched that live and were like, "What? It's finished?"
Yeah, it just ended abruptly. Do you remember?
Yeah, so I think they'll end it abruptly, but they'll think, "Oh, they'll be happy because we'll give them the trailer then."
Right, here's the episode choices. I'll let you choose. You can have Carnival of Monsters or Frontier in Space. And it doesn't matter if we've done them before, because at this stage, I don't know how many we've actually done, but we might as well just... yeah.
I'm not on the panel, but I know which one I'd pick.
Is this down to me then, basically?
All of you can all decide. It doesn't matter even if you are or not on the panel. Choose.
What is it? Carnival of
Monsters or Frontier in Space?
Because if that's got a certain villain I like in it, I'll pick that one. But I don't know if it's in it.
We're talking about the Master.
Oh no!
Or the Draconians.
Yeah, is this got Draconians in it?
There's a Draconian one. Yes, Draconian one. Frontier in Space. And Robert Delgado's last appearance as a Master.
Oh,
Right.
should we do that one then? Considering it was his birthday. Was it last week?
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
If that's his last appearance, I think that's nice and fitting.
So we're going with
Frontier in Space.
Frontier in Space.
Frontier, yeah.
Right. So Frontier in Space, 6 parts, guys. Tomorrow, Frontier in Space is the classic Who story. There you go. Right. Do use our channel shout outs. We're getting close to kick off. So it's not coming home for all you English fans.
I can just go hear the crying and whinging and whining tomorrow.
Or I tell you, come on, Italy. Look, if England deserve to win it, fair play to them. But I just hope for the sake of the football that Italy win. Because we'll never hear the end of it. Right, let's do the chat. I will shout out Real Super Doctor. So Real Super Doctor on Twitter, and he also have a channel under Real Super Doctor. So we'll go with Charlotte next. Charlotte, if you'd like to do channel shout outs, go ahead.
Yeah, so on Tuesday coming up, we've got our next with me and Daniel on his channel, Line of Duty. And then the week after, because Daniel's possibly got a football thing, right now it's Friday. We'll see what happens with that one, because he might be going to a football match or doing something football. So right now it's Friday the week after, but that could be a Sunday, but we're not 100% sure yet. And
yeah, he did send me a message, actually. Yeah. I think it was. He wants to know. And listen, he doesn't even have to ask, man. Do what you are doing.
I love the phrase. He even said to me, I'll ask Noel if I can borrow you. And it made me laugh.
He said to me, that's exactly what he said in the message. Can I borrow Charlotte on date? And I'm like, I think it's a bar. But that's the thing. That's what I love about Daniel, though. You know, he'll come to me and just say it to me anyway, because he'll always let me know, because that's the type of human being he is. He's very thoughtful that way. But listen, you's go and do his own thing. Sure, if you're missing for one classic panel, it's no big deal. He'll be back again. So yeah,
well, it's Sunday anyway. So I tend to I usually just do classic, and now because we're on Matt, I'm doing new anyway, so it doesn't really
maybe that's where
affect you.
Yeah, he probably thought that you'd be on new Who. No, go ahead and do whatever you're doing, man, with him, because she's doing great work. So yeah, they'll be doing their line of duty. So check them out. Is there anything else you want to add, Charlotte, before we hand over the TV?
No, that's it. I haven't got anything that I can immediately say I'm popping up on.
No problem. PD.
Yeah, you'll probably catch me on Captain Fox channel a bit later on.
Yeah. I seen he was on early this morning with Lee.
Yeah,
the afternoon with Lee, yeah. Yeah, I've seen that.
Have they kissed and made up?
Right. Well, as I said, my advice is not to take this too seriously. I mean,
it's
taking it way too serious for too long. Listen, people are just not, I'll come to the conclusion that the people are not going to change their opinions on me anyway. So damned
if you do, damned if you don't.
Sorry, she's gone to the shop. She wants to know what I want. So I don't know, something to munch on. Oh, did you?
This morning.
All right. Well, then what? Oh, yeah. No, not alcohol. You can get me a kind of Monster or something. I'll be okay with that. Yeah?
Yeah, don't shush me when I ask you.
No, I didn't. I was just waving my arms because when you talk, when I'm in the middle of talking, I get confused and I make mistakes and then I don't look professional. I'm not professional anyway, though. But there you go. Right. You'll catch me tomorrow. And as I said, as you know, Cheryl is watching the Love Island. So we'll have the odd live stream here and there and a couple of pre-records as we've been doing. So, yeah, come and join us. And listen, for all you fans out there that are watching the match, enjoy. Have a good one. Don't overdo it. You're fans. At the end of the day, it's just a game of football,
You remember that.
You don't have to go around smashing the place up.
That.
What?
You remember
Yeah,
that.
well, you see, the difference is when I was playing football, it meant something. Yeah. My school never won it until I became the top goal scorer for them. So that's why it meant a lot. There you go. Yeah, I was a bit of a lanky fecker, but I tell you, I could kick a goal into the back of the net, not a bother. You know, I was a bit like Peter Crouch, except I had a bit more skill. Yeah. No, I wasn't really that skillful because if I was, I would have been playing in the Premier League like Peter Crouch. What am I talking about? Money messing. But look, I'm gonna go now because I'm rambling on here for the sake of rambling on. But listen, I'm sorry that we didn't have Classic Coup yesterday.
No, if you're not well, mate, that comes first. Always
Well,
well.
I know
Yeah.
it's just you know me. I don't like letting anybody down. But the thing about it is, I just don't know what's been wrong with me the last couple of days. It's been a strange old week, I have to say. Myself and Cheryl, it's like we're getting sick in rotations. Like she'll be good for a couple of days, and I'll be poorly, and then I'll get better, and then she's now feeling a little bit, you know. It's the weather, man. It's not doing any of us any good.
And the lockdown.
Keeps
Been no way any
changing up and down, and this country is still not fully out of lockdown yet. So, like, you know, not everything's back to normal here. So yeah, it's stressful, but we'll keep going. We'll keep going anyway. As I said, we'll be back tomorrow. So join me tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be able to launch the new panel show within the next couple of weeks. As I said, Lee has been working on something behind the scenes for me, and as soon as I get my hands on that, then we'll launch the show, and we'll have that new panel show every Friday. Back on Friday nights, as it is one of our most popular nights. So we'll be back in that little time slot that we were always on Friday nights, and we'll have a panel, and it'll be great, hopefully, and you will all come and join us. Right, I'm off. Have a good one. Stay safe, folks. Look after yourselves. I want to thank everybody in the chat that contributed. Thank you. Really appreciate it. And to all my guests, including Real Super Dr. Charlotte and PD Rich, thank you for coming on. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for some Classic Who.
See you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah, I forgot to add, because he's not here with us. He'll probably be here tomorrow night, but if you're looking for anybody to do any trailers for you, that trailer was created by Problem Being, aka Lee. You can find all these videos on Aldred Audio Visual. So go and check it out, and if you want any work done, the guy does some brilliant videos, as you can see there, at reasonable prices. So I just wanted to give Lee a shout out as well. And here is the main channel trailer, which he also creates. So good night, folks. Have a good one. And come on, Italy!